Hey guys, it's Q with QLovesHair, and I want to introduce you to, we'll call her Sean. Yeah, Sean. So this is Sean's hair. This is not a weave. This is not extensions. This is actually Sean's hair in its natural state, and we are detangling Sean's hair today. Oh, and we're only going to lose this much hair. No, I did not empty the brush. No, I didn't do any kind of witchery. This is literally what came from her hair. So if you're interested on the technique that I use to detangle hair, stay tuned. Let's go. Okay, so the key to detangling hair is the ability to move through the hair with minimal effort. To do this, I always use a serum or an oil to do so. In this video, I'm using the Chi Organic Coconut Oil on the hair. So we're going to start there. The amount of serum you use is basically determined by the amount of hair you're applying it to. Emulsify it in your hands really well and just start to finger detangle the hair. The serum is going to give you the ability to slide and glide through the hair, and you're also starting to nourish the hair with what it needs. This client is actually getting a silk press, but this process can be done for any service. It's a great way to prepare the hair for any natural hairstyle, and it also gets you ready to use our brush. My choice of tool for detangling natural hair is always going to be a brush. I have a full arsenal of brushes that I like to use, but I'll show you those later. You're going to start at the ends of the hair and work your way up the hair shaft. Holding the hair just above the section you're detangling is a great way to minimize discomfort to the client. Now we're starting a Bantu knot. The purpose of this is to keep the hair damp before the next part of the service. We're also twisting it all the way to the ends, and that way the work you just put in to make sure the hair was detangled remains in the hair. When you take this Bantu knot down, the hair will still be completely detangled and the hair won't dry out before the next step. Okay, so remember, get your brush and start at the very ends of the hair first. If the brush isn't slipping through the hair, keep brushing until it is. Once it is, you're going to work your way up to the root with the brush. Don't move to the next section until you can completely slide the brush from the roots all the way to the ends of the hair without any friction. That's when you know that section is fully detangled. When it comes to your Bantu knot, you want to use some tension but not too much. Remember, wet hair is still quite fragile. So now we've reached the center of the head. Now this texture is usually drier, more coarse than any other area on the head. I'm not going to lie to you, patience is required, but the technique remains the same. So take your time, go section by section, and I promise you'll get there. In the meantime, we're going to talk about brushes. I'm partial to brushes. I've never broken a brush off in a client's head. I have lost more combs than I can count. So yes, I am partial to brushes. So what kind of brushes? Well, I like paddle style brushes with vinyl short bristles. And the brush needs a lot of bristles. So you want shorter bristles because that way it prevents the hair from tangling up in the brush itself. A brush with multiple bristles is going to give the hair lots of options, lots of pathways to actually be detangled. I mean, look at all those bristles. There's literally no place the hair can go that it won't detangle. So yeah, I'm a brush girl. So last thing about brushes, just like anything else, there are good ones and bad ones. So if the brush is getting tangled up in the hair, ripping out your hair, or you feel like you're still losing too much hair during the detangling process, it's okay to stop using it and go find a better brush that suits your needs. The one thing I do want to mention is during this process, you want to make sure the hair remains wet. So keep a spray bottle on hand. If the hair starts to dry out, do not detangle. Do not detangle. If you try to detangle dry hair or hair that's drying, you're going to rip the hair out. Remember our little conversation about patience. So use your spray bottle when you need to, and you will be glad you did. The hair will be more kind to you. It'll do what you want it to do a lot more easily than it will if it were dry. Okay, so let's recap. You section the hair and use a really good quality serum or oil to finger detangle the hair. Next, you use a quality detangling brush and you detangle the hair from the very ends all the way up the hair shaft to the roots. Lastly, you're going to use a little bit of tension to create your Bantu knot, and you're going to wrap it around itself and use a clip to hold in place. This will keep the hair damp and help you maintain control. So that's it. Just remember, patience is your friend. Don't worry about perfect sections. Don't worry about all your clips matching and all the other crazy stuff that we think about sometimes. Your goal is to detangle the hair, and with this technique, you minimize the amount of hair that you lose during the process. And even better, when you come back to that section, the hair is still completely detangled. Okay, so now we're going to get the brush and we're going to pick out all the hair from the beginning of the cervix to the end, and let's see how much she actually lost. Pretty impressive, right? She barely lost anything. That's less than what she would shed in a day. And let's not forget how much hair is actually on her head. So yeah, the technique works. Now go give it a try and let me know your results in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to share this video. I am Q with QLovesHair, reminding you to take care of what you love. Until next time, bye.